It's time for my 12 months of Christmas challenge, so let's make some Christmas decor, ornaments, and more together today. Hi, it's Beth. Welcome. So the 12 months of Christmas challenge is something I created for myself last year to make myself accountable and more apt to stick to my goal of working on Christmas projects every month throughout the year rather than trying to save them all until fall, the holiday season. I make a combination of projects for craft show inventory for our fall holiday shows, as well as some items for myself that I have wanted to make as well. So it's a little bit of everything. It almost always involves paper in some form. My friend Kathy, who is Stampin' Cat over on Instagram, tends to play along with me each month, so she will be linked in the description box below. You can go check out her Instagram and see her Christmas projects this month. So this month I am making a bunch of small items. These are all items that I started before Christmas, well before Christmas, while working through our fall holiday craft shows, and for some reason I just never got to finish them. So they've been sitting on my work desk in various forms of completion, so I thought I would go ahead and get them finished off this month and kind of start with a clean desk. The first item I'm making is just a mini decorative rolling pin. I got the small rolling pins off of Amazon, I believe, and then I had already painted it, like the handles white, and it just needed the paper. And so I just used some white chalk paint to paint the handles, and then you saw I used some matte Mod Podge and a foam brush to apply the Mod Podge to the center of the rolling pin and the back of my paper, and then just smoothed it down around the middle rolling part. Next up is this cube. You've seen me make these before. These are some unfinished cubes that we actually have for sale on our website as well. And I like to make little mini Christmas presents for them. I think they look cute if you have a little faux tree that, the size that fits on a shelf. These look really cute underneath it. They also work really well in tiered tray or other tray or small vignette groupings, and they're just really fun to make. So I took one of the unfinished cubes and just painted all of the edges white because my paper tends to not go all the way to the edge. So I just trimmed down the paper using scraps, by the way. Both of these projects so far have just used scrap paper, and I just measured the block on all 6 sides and then trimmed down the pieces that I need, and again just use some Mod Podge to apply the paper to the block. So you will see me on all of these projects. I think I use paper and Mod Podge on everything, but I'm showing you, I've said this before when I've made projects using Mod Podge. I apply Mod Podge to the surface of whatever it is I'm like adding the paper to, and then I also add it to the back of the paper, and I feel that this just gives me the best seal with less chance for bubbles, and then you just burnish it really good. So depending on who you watch, you see different methods for using Mod Podge or any kind of decoupage medium, really. But this is my method, and then I make sure to burnish it down really well. So the coat of Mod Podge that you put on your surface in the back of your paper is your glue, and then I'm coming back and doing a coat of the Mod Podge all over my item as a seal coat. And off camera I do a second coat on all of these as well. So the next project is going to be an ornament. I had these wooden discs that I think I got at Walmart. I don't remember, I've had them for a while. And I had painted the back side white, and I'm covering the front side with some pattern paper. And I think I made one of these last fall with you guys as well. I also had some mini embroidery hoops that I had found at Goodwill, like a whole pack of 10, and so I've been working through trying to use those, and I will show you later in the video how I add the embroidery hoop. So for the front of my ornament, I am actually going to use another chalk stencil. I used one of these to make my basic gray church sign. I think that was one of the last videos I did. And I have a chalk stencil and some Red Barn chalk paste. These are both from Magnolia Design Co. And the difference between a chalk stencil and regular stencil is that the chalk stencil has a mesh, like the openings in the stencil are mesh, and then the chalk paste is a little bit thicker than regular paint. And so with the thicker paint and the mesh, it's supposed to help prevent bleeding around the image. And I find these much easier for my personality type than regular stencils. And so I will have everything I can find linked for you in the description box below. If it's not necessarily the ones that I'm using, if I can find something similar like the wooden circles, I will link those as well. But so next, this is just a small block that I had already stained in my stash, and I took a scrap of this Christmas song music paper, lack of words this morning, and I just added that to my block using the Mod Podge again. And then before I add my seal coat of Mod Podge, I'm going to add a vinyl decal. So this is something I had just cut out of some scrap vinyl that I had. It's a little kind of chunky nativity scene, if you will. And I just used some transfer tape to apply that to my block. And now I'm going to burnish it down as well and then add a seal coat of the Mod Podge over everything. And I again, depending on who you watch, some people like to put to seal their surface first and then add the vinyl. But I find as long as I'm burnishing that my vinyl sticks, and I would rather have it all have the same look. Because the Mod Podge, it's matte Mod Podge, but you do get a little bit of like gloss to it. So that is why I tend to do it that way. So this next project is really fun. These are images from Betty Penny. You probably have heard of her here on YouTube. I will link her in the description box below as well. She is a YouTuber. She's a creator, makes all kinds of fun journals and cards and things like that. But she is also a designer. So she has her own line of collections that she has on her website, and she has a combination of digital collections as well as actual, paper pad type collections. But they're all really fun images, different. She's got different sizes. You can use them for card making, for journal making, and I decided to use them for this block. I thought they would make the perfect reversible piece between Christmas and winter, and decided to give it a try, and I absolutely love how this one came out. So I just used the Mod Podge to adhere the prints to both sides of the block, and am now going back through and sealing everything in. So now we're circling back. I have sealed everything, everything's dry, and I can do all the finishing touches. So here is one of those mini hoops that I was talking about, and I'm just using some hot glue on the back side of the hoop to add it to my circle, and now I've created a little framed ornament. I've got some twine that I'm gonna hook through the, what do you call that, at the top where it tightens the hoop, whatever that is. I hooked my twine through that and am just tying a knot at the top, so that becomes the ornament string. I have a ribbon bow that I bought. I think it was a giant pack from Amazon of different colored patterned bows, ribbon bows, and so I'm just going to keep it simple and add that to the top, and that ornament is complete. Moving on to my little present cube here, I'm going to use some hot glue to add a little bit of ribbon around my cube, just as if I were using some wrapping ribbon, some paper ribbon around my gift box. So I'm going to add this white ribbon first, and I don't like to twist it like I would normally with paper ribbon on an actual gift, just because it adds some bulk to the piece and it makes it hard for the bow to sit on. So I just kind of piece it together and then put the bow on top of where it's pieced together, so you would never know that it was pieced together. So these are actually bows from Hobby Lobby, because I ran out of red bows I also have another giant pack of these kind of bows from Amazon and ran out of red. So I managed to pick some more up at Hobby Lobby this Christmas season when they were on sale, just so I can have some more red ones. And here I'm just using a red ribbon bow to finish off my rolling pin, and these look great on tiered trays as well, by the way. So I made more than what I made with you guys on camera. This was the ornament we made, and then I made a handful of others, same way, just different papers. Sometimes it was vinyl, like these were vinyl images that I added on, different color bows. This one was vinyl. This one was another one of the chalk stencils. I just used black instead. This one was vinyl, and then this one was an experiment, and I believe it will most likely be mine that I will keep because I just think it's cute. But I had a rectangular plywood piece this time. It was actually a sign we had made for Ellie's jewelry business, and then she changed her prices, and so Sean made her another one, and so I just kept this and painted the back side, and then just put my paper over the front side with her like etched in letters. And then this is a vinyl image, and then I just took this cute little pom-pom trim that I've had in my stash for a long time and decided to use that to line the plywood piece as a frame, and then some ribbon to hang. So I think that one's cute, but I think that one is going to stay with me. And then I did make several more presents. I have one that's more of a flat piece. I have a bigger cube, the one you saw me make, and then just several others, all made the same way, just different papers, maybe different bows. I did make another of the rolling pins. And then I did make another one of these small blocks. This one is also vinyl on there. And then this is a larger version. This has been in my mind for a long time, and I had the house-shaped block, and like before Christmas, even before our craft shows had ended, I had covered the block with the paper and then went to cut out the vinyl for the front, and then somehow I ended up, I don't know if I didn't measure or if I measured but then read it wrong. I don't know, but it was way too wide. And so it just kind of got set aside and never got finished. And so all I had to do was cut the vinyl, put it on, and seal it up. So that one I'm excited about finally getting done. But I think overall, like, this is my absolute favorite. Last week when I used the Bitty Penny images, sorry, Bitty Penny, I was thinking, because I knew she had Christmas and winter ones with, scenes for both on her Dashing Through the Snow digital collection, I thought, wonder if they would actually fit on a block. So these were the kind of 3x4-ish cut aparts. They're not actually 3x4. So I put them on. This is like a 2.5 by 3.25 inch block, I think, and then just trim the images down. And I think they're perfect and they're so cute. I want to do some more of these. So, thank you, Bitty Penny, for your amazing images. I am not just using them on my card. I'm going to make decor with them. So that is my, that is my project, haul, share, whatever you want to call it. for the 12 months of Christmas challenge that I'm doing. Again, please be sure to check out the link for Kathy, who's over on Instagram, to see her Christmas projects this month. And stay tuned for the rest of the year for 11 more months of Christmas. You are welcome to play along as well. Join me on getting your Christmas projects done before the Christmas rush. As always, I thank you all so very much for your time, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.